Quick, Jimmy, it's gonna leave without us.
Gone is the sameness of the highway. Gone is the chore of driving on congested city streets. On America's new Merritt Parkway, drivers rediscover the pleasures of motor touring. Now, there are trees, hills, flowers, and beautiful bridges. This world of tomorrow is a world of beauty.
Oh boy, this is the swellest ride of the whole fair.
June 29, 1938. Crowds gather for the opening of the Merritt Parkway. Could this be the beginning of a national parkway system that rekindles America's romance with the open road? Welcome to the 1939 World's Fair, where we're on the road to tomorrow. You are taking a drive on the World's Fair Magic Motorway. Let's travel into a future world you would never have imagined. What will we see?
Jimmy, I don't think it's 1939 anymore.
I don't believe it. Golly! Eleanor Roosevelt just gave me this dime for the toll.
The First Lady?
Yep, that's her in the Plymouth convertible. You know what she told me? There's nothing as enchanting as the Merritt Parkway. Oh, she drives it every spring to see the mountain laurels and dogwood.
Gee whiz, I'd give anything to see the First Lady.
Well, you might catch her over at the Greenwich Toll Pond. Best picnic stop on the Parkway.
Picnic stop?
Well, sure. Folks have been stopping here since the Parkway opened 3 years ago. The landscapers went to a lot of trouble to make sure it was real scenic. Same with the bridges. Now, you won't believe this, but there are 68 bridges along this Parkway, and each one is different. You kids know the Chrysler Building in New York City?
Sure do.
Well, the fellow who designed the gargoyles on the Chrysler Building also did the twisting iron vines on Greenwich's Lake Avenue Bridge. And take a look at Merwin's Lane Bridge. It's engraved in all sorts of beautiful spider webs and butterflies. Oh.
How marvelous. Jimmy, this isn't a highway at all. It's like a real park.
Ah, it sure is. You'll know you've reached the end of the Parkway when you hit the James Farm Road Bridge and you see Nike's wings waving goodbye to you. Oh well, that's my 10 cents worth, and I think it's about time you handed over yours. But first, some mountain laurel for the little lady. Have a swell day.
Did you see that? His calendar, it said June 1941.
Why, that's only a few years away.
I haven't the faintest idea how it works, but this is a real grand ride.
The Merritt Parkway had class.
The trees, they're all
Gone.
She had an elegance and style that inspired other parkways of her time. Then everything changed. Gone are the Sunday picnics. Gone are the mountain laurels. Gone are the close encounters with nature for which the Merritt Parkway was famous. This is the world of 1973. Highways are designed by engineers and built by the lowest bidder. There is no budget for beauty, no incentive to preserve nature. In Trumbull, the Merritt's magical bridges and overhanging forest have been replaced by massive high-speed interchanges. There's serious talk of expanding the Merritt into an interstate highway, replacing historic bridges with steel beams and plowing under millions of plants and trees to make way for 8 lanes of concrete. Will the Merritt Parkway succumb to the nation's highway building mania? Or will its historic character be preserved to show future generations how the American motorway can be reconciled with the American landscape?
how horrible. They can't do this.
Something has to be done.
A beautiful stretch of road here in Connecticut has been named one of America's most endangered historic places.
The Merritt Parkway, known for its beautiful views and unique bridges, has seen better days. 70 years ago, the Merritt Parkway opened up as part of a movement to make cities more beautiful. But time and tight budgets have taken their toll. There is rust and rubble. But today, a push to bring the Merritt back to glory, naming the Merritt one of the nation's 11 most endangered historic places.
We need to bring the Parkway back to its former glory.
This is the 21st century. Here is the future. A darker vision than we ever imagined, where the beautiful Merritt has been designated an endangered historical monument.
But the trees, the charming bridges, all that rust.
Jimmy, I can't take it anymore. I want to get off.
How could they let this happen, Helen?
How did this dreamland crumble so quickly into a nightmare?
Helen. Helen.
Jimmy. Golly. It's all a dream world again. Everything's so beautiful. Where are we now?
Still on the road to the World's Fair. We'll be at the Magic Motorway before you know it.
Jimmy, we're on the ride now.
You dozed off a while ago, Dollface. I could have used your help reading that map, too.
But it wasn't a dream. There's Mrs. Roosevelt and the Futurama, and you, Jimmy, you were there. We were driving on the Magic Motorway.
The World's Fair ride? Aren't you the dreamer?
You mean I?
Well, folks, looks like you're in luck on this lovely sunny Sunday afternoon. The weather for Monday looks just as grand.
Oh my. Are we still on it?
The Merritt? Well, sure.
It sure is beautiful. I hope it stays this pretty.
Me too.